Koski reports!
Greetings, Echo Cluster. This is Commander Koski reporting live from the Megarena. As you can see, I still have these Borg augmentations, and they seem to work fine, and they've kind of grown into me. Literally, can't get them out. So, let's keep on using them. On this turn, in combat, we have a lot of quite interesting stuff going on. First of all, we had the question, how can the Fury fight against Lobby? Well, this is kind of the way. And you use lots of 10-beam ships, and you destroy the fighters from the Gobies. Here we can see that Raw's Gobi started with almost 200 fighters, and each of these ships delete quite a number of those fighters off of them. And these also have a shield generator there, so they can shoot a bit more. And even this last one, the Saber Shield generator, is able to shoot quite a lot of more beams. Now, if there just would have been at least one more ship, they could have emptied the whole Gorby so that they couldn't bring there more with fighter transfer, or if they would have chosen to make the battle on some star base, so the star base would have taken the Gorby out in the end. But now this was kind of a useless battle against this Gorby, because now this Gorby can be fixed and given some more fighters from the star bases over here with the fighter transfer. Another battle this turn. You can see the tidal wave of Stingers moving in, but here is the famous Merlin class alchemy ship with heavy blasters facing this Stinger. The point here being that it destroys the Stinger, doesn't take damage, and doesn't lose anything. But there's another Stinger, and now something problematic happens. Again, of course, the Merlin wins, but the Stinger manages to make some damage to the Merlin and kill some crew. And now, in some future turns, there will be multiple Stingers coming here. So what I'm doing now is that I need to right now build a starbase on this planet so that it can fix the Merlin each turn, so that the crew will be replenished and so that the enemy can't capture it. That would be rather embarrassing if the Stingers could capture the Merlin. Ooh. But then, in combat, something very interesting that Psydev actually pointed to me, and what we will return later on with Psydev. First, there's this Thor class heavy critic in here. Medium transport, I just love those. They are extremely useful in this game. But what happens here? Take a look at this. We have the Thor class heavy frigate that's facing a starbase with quite a lot of fighters. But the first wave moves in and goes back. But because this has only one beam, it takes so much time for the fighters to move back and forth that the Thor is able to shoot a lot of these torpedoes. If this would be quantum torpedoes, it could have actually even won this starbase. Look how damaged that starbase is. And this was a result of just one Thor class heavy frigate. This was amazing battle, and I wouldn't have expected it to end this way. But seems like indeed that Thor is one nice ship. There's some new conflicts. This is really cool. This is actually quite a rare thing to see. Bloodfang. Bloodfang, that is Gerui's, and it destroys a Tomago's accelerator. This is quite news. Gerui hasn't been really participating in any conflict so far, and now he's decided to make this as place of battle. Extremely interesting. And another thing that's extremely interesting is that, as we've been talking about what will Sovereign do next, he's here attacking a planet owned by Sudakan. Will this be his next target? Sudakan, that would be quite awesome, because Sudakan has got a lot of robotic fleets, also with Vindicators ships that will be bloody and messy. So it will mean that we will get a lot of very interesting combats, as here will also be some very interesting combats, as Psydev is moving in here, and there will be some robotic carriers and everything. We are in for some treats. But then in tactics. Now, if you in Megarena see any kind of thing that interests you, or you think that was coolly done, please send me a tip. I'm following the game, but I can't realize everything. That's great. Now Psydev gave me this tip. Did you see that? Well, I didn't, but here we go. Last turn. Here we have West's fleet, and there's Iron Lady class command ship. And now this Iron Lady class command ship is very nice ship. It mixes a bit the host order. It makes things ships which are with the Iron Lady class command ship to move in the host order and do things earlier than other ships. So what happens here is that he has here these ships, and they move this meteor, move this emerald here, and lays a web here. And what happens is that this whole Federation fleet gets stuck in the web. That was a very neat tactical move, and shows very powerful combination of these abilities. There's the Command Lady, we have the Meteor class ship with the gravitonic accelerator, and we have the webs. And together they really managed to stop these ships. And also these ships move here, so West is going to get some good web protection from Merper's movements north toward his area. Long live the Borg!
Qu'un extravagance,